Does it look dark? It is 7:26. It's cold out here this morning. 7:26, and it is 46 degrees. You know what? I need to, my wife has this solution. She'll take like a 5-gallon bucket and she puts in, if I remember this correctly, Dawn dish soap, peroxide, and baking soda, and then water. I don't know the exact measurements. And then water, and she soaks stuff in it overnight and then takes out and throws it in the washer the next day. It literally will pull anything out of anything. I've had like that sweatshirt in the beginning of the year when I was using the Toro bucket. That sweatshirt sat for like 2 days covered in blood, just soaked into it. And she did that and the thing looked brand new after that. It pulled it right out. I have sneakers that are grungy, dirty looking. I had this awesome pair of Pumas I bought for GIE last year. And over the summer, me wearing them here and there, they've just looked kind of dirty, grungy looking. She soaked them the other day and then washed them. They literally look like I just bought them. I'll be wearing them at GIE again this year. But this stuff really works. So anyway, the reason I'm telling you this is, look at these Cujos. These things are grungy. They're dirty. Still have awesome tread left on them. They're working really well, but these things are nasty. So I told her, I go, I need you to soak these Cujos next and wash these. And she goes, I'll do them while you're on your play date with your friends. That's what she calls GIE, my play date with my friends. I think that's kind of funny.
On my mind, succeeding with hope, and you were sure I couldn't agree that we were meant to be. But our love is what they talk about in movies. Our love is what they talk about, Yeah, we were wild and free, and you know everything about me. So wild and free, and you know everything about me. 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 Save me from
It is cold out and that grass is very, very, very wet. There is a lot of dew, like heavy, thick dew on that grass this morning. That walker handles it great. Real quick, a little piece on yesterday's video. This is the difference between me and these other channels is I'm showing you guys what works best for me. And I'm a big fan of a lot of other mower companies. Like I love Ferris, I love Skag, big fan of Toro, but you know, I'm just telling you what works best for me and what I like. And a lot of guys commented on that video yesterday and said, well, you know, I use this and it really works well. And I was like, that's awesome, man. I'm glad. You know, you got to find what works great for your area. But some of these other channels, they're like, you know, some of them don't come out and say it, but you can clearly see how biased they are. And it's to the point where if you don't run what they run, then you're an idiot and you don't know any better. And, you know, you're going to learn the hard way and blah, 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 and all this garbage. But not me, man. I'm all for, you know, find what works best for you, what works best in your area. And I'm just, you know, like I mentioned in yesterday's video, there's a lot of misconceptions about Walker. So I'm trying to get the knowledge out there, the info out there to people that just don't know, like I didn't. Like I said yesterday, I swore forever I'd never run a Walker. But I was drastically wrong on Walkers. And I'm glad that that Brian Shane finally got me on board with them. And, you know, I got to see what I was missing out on and what I was so wrong about. But you know, that's just the case, guys. I'm showing you what works for me, what I like, and the information I have on what I use. So, you know, you make your decision from there. But hey, if you know Bobcat's the best thing for you, I'm all for it, man. Run it. If it's working great for you, leaving a great cut, your customers are happy, you're happy with the machine, and I say run it. You know, run what works.
I really need your help. I'm going under. Save me from myself. All I really ever wonder is if I'm really going under. Yeah, we were wild and free, and you know everything about me. So wild and free, and you know everything about me. 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 You know everything about me.
Boy, this ought to give some of you anti-walker guys some ammo. I have gear fluid, and I can't tell, to be honest. I think it's coming out of this center tee box, which is the only one I've never messed with. But it seems like I have gear oil down in here, in these areas, and in there, which would tell me coming out of all three. Now, I haven't popped this cover off yet to look, and the bolts might have just loosened up like I told you they do sometimes where they go into the gear boxes. I didn't Loctite them like I should have, but anyway, the sound came back, and it's starting to get really loud again. So that tells me that there's still an issue there, and it might very well be that center tee box causing all this issue, because that's the only thing I've never changed. Now, I know a bunch of you guys have said before, that's just the sound it makes, you know, it'll go away and they'll quiet down. No, I've already showed that they didn't do it before, and then when I put those new gearbox on, they started doing it, and then I swapped out that one gearbox. I showed you that it was bad, and it hasn't done it all until right now, and I've run that machine a lot. So just saying that, you know, they'll quiet down, that's like saying he's a nice guy once you get to know him. What you really mean is he's an asshole, and you'll get used to it. Now here's the deal. I've run that walker for years, 4 years or something, without issue. All the stuff you guys have seen me do to it is just stuff I wanted to do to it, upgrades, whatnot. Years, no issues, haven't had to fix anything. This dually, years, no issue. Everything has gone wrong with this dually this year. I've dumped so much money into this truck. There's nothing wrong with it now, it's great, but there's just so much stuff I had to do to it. The GMC, perfect. This year, I'd do all front brakes, all rear brakes. I had issues where they kept locking up on me. It was just one thing after the next. And then the shift cable and the transmission. You know, it was one thing after the next with both trucks this year. They both cost me a ton of money. And now this walker has cost me a ton of money this year. But, you know, no big deal. I'll get through it, and I'll get it fixed. It doesn't get me down, but it's like, this is not my year. I've gone years and years and years without having any major breakdowns, any big issues, and now this year it's just one after the next with mowers and with the truck. And, you know, before you guys start saying, oh, it's the brand of walker or the brand of mower you have in this net, listen, they all break, you know, especially once that walker's got 2,500 hours on it. I mean, come on. Thing still runs fantastic, cuts great, but I've been having so many issues with that deck. And that's where it came in, you know, and the battery issue I had, but so what? It's a battery after 4 years. But it's been one thing after the next. Real quick, since I'm going to rip them gearboxes down again anyway and reseal them and make sure they're okay. Somebody had mentioned in one of the videos before when I was having the initial problem with the sound that I need to get these spacers that they recommend that go in the gearboxers, and then the gearbox, these metal spacers, which I did get them. They came in. I don't know exactly where those spacers go. If you could email me at countryside.lawn@yahoo, countryside.lawn@yahoo, email me and explain to me where those things go, because since I'm going to break the gearboxes down, I might as well put those spacers in now that I have them. And so email me at that email, and if you got a picture or something or a diagram of where one goes in, that'd be even better. But you know, if you just get a hold of me and let me know, because since I'm gonna, like I said, since I'm gonna rip them down anyway, I might as well just do them spacers. So thank you for that.